Looking back to about 2015, some of our friends at Funders for LGBTQ Issues released a report, the Out in the South report, that really highlighted the inequities in funding for LGBTQ issues throughout the country. And one of the things that they noted was that funding in the South was just absolutely low. So low, it was somewhere around $1.50 per LGBTQ person here in the South. And that's something that the foundation needed to address.
They felt like we were the organization to go to in order to properly and thoughtfully provide grants within the LGBTQ community. When we did that work, we realized how much more work there was to be done and how important it was that in order to fulfill our mission and our values that we do this type of work. And the luxury and the benefit of having an endowed fund is that we are able to do just that.
There is no fund like it in the South. This is the first of its kind. We are able to give operation to organizations that need operation help. A good example of that was House of Tulip that we just funded.
House of Tulip is an organization that provides zero barrier housing to TGNC folks in the New Orleans area. I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is to hear the countless stories of people not feeling supported. It was just so important for me to just provide that to people because I know like I didn't do it by myself and it took people to come along and see me and hear me.
For us, it's really about building a better quality of life for individuals, and we've got organizations like the LGBTQ Community Center who are really playing host to a lot of the organizations that are working with LGBTQ issues.
We take the time to truly explore Black joy and give local queers the space to just feel accepted, feel love, and feel safe.
And finding the space that cares about you and your role as the collective really brings smiles to their faces, and it's very nice to see.
The range of organizations that we have bestowed grants to over the last several years is really very diverse, and it has grown over the years. So we have provided grants to Covenant House, which is a program for runaway youths. We provided grants to Crescent Care, which used to be No AIDS Task Force.
We continue to provide care for individuals and families coping with HIV, but now we're also able to focus our primary care to the LGBTQ community. We need to make sure people can live with dignity, that they can access care and services. We don't need people to go back to live in the closet, which, historically we know is just not a way of living with dignity. And, we're seeing attacks on the LGBTQ community on a national level, on the statewide level now. A lot of this legislation is also aimed at our vulnerable youth, and everyone deserves the right to be able to live open and free and not fear being who they are.
We had a celebration of our LGBTQ fund, and so we were helping recognize some of our grantees. We're now at $1.25 million raised towards our $2.5 million endowment goal. And I just want to say a huge thank you to the investors that we've had. We've been able to make $100,000 a year in grants every single year to nonprofits that are serving the LGBTQ community. And now we're building this endowed fund, so we're going to make sure that we have grant resources available every year going forward for the LGBTQ fund. So thank you so much for your contributions and for your help and your support. And if we've inspired you to join us, we would love to hear from you and have you join our effort to support the LGBTQ fund at the Greater New Orleans Foundation.